Hey, welcome everybody to the Red Cup Conversation. To the Don Miller Drinking and Judging podcast with my main man, Real Rap Kane. Again, thank you so much. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can check us out on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, do me a favor. Subscribe and like. Please share it with your friends. Ask them to follow us. Thank you so much for all the support we've gotten since we decided to go into this podcast space. Thank you so much for supporting us, engaging with us. And I know many people said, hey, they sent us messages and we didn't get a chance to reply, but we can really be better at that because it was just a 3-man operation out of the gate. And I think we're going to be getting some interns, thanks to some friends of mine over at Full Sail University. And look, we're just getting ready to take our time with it because we want it to be crisp. We want it to be concise. But we also believe that the motto of everything I've ever done was to listen, laugh, and learn. And I also want to stay in that space. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Shout out to Phil over there, the podcast doctor. Hey, man.
Hello.
And of course, in the studio from Philadelphia, the mean streets of Philadelphia, where they kill, destroy. Real Rap King. Hey, Jay, man.
What's up, man?
Man, thank you so much again, guy. You know, I thought about you. I've been following the news as we do a lot more than a lot of people. We tend to follow the news because
A little bit.
you know, I think it's important that we kind of have an understanding what's going on because most of the news we get ain't going to be the real news, but you have to be on your toes and smart enough to know when they're giving us bullshit and when they're trying to drive a narrative and when it just might be a little bit of the news. But lately we've been getting a lot of bullshit and definitely a lot of narrative. So again, thank you so much, Jake. Hey, I want to get out of the gate, man. America's talking about Kanye West once again. I don't know if there's an artist, right? And Prince might have been the closest thing to it, Michael Jackson. But Kanye West stirs the crowd unlike anybody before him. I think Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson with the allegations of the children and when his hair caught on fire. But for more than, you know what I mean? Think about it, right? Kanye West gets people riled up more than anybody. And it's interesting because Kanye West is a victim. And I think...
Victim of what?
He's a victim, right? He's a victim of being a mama's boy who lost his mama too soon. He's a victim of a society that recognizes certain boxes where savants live, right? Mm-hmm. Yet others, they don't, right? Mm-hmm. This kid's a savant. He's a savant, right?
He is.
But he's also a young man who most of his life, from what many of us understand, was on medication, some form of medication, right? And then it happens to this young man.
Was that after his mama died before she died?
He seemed consistent before she died.
Oh, okay.
Of course, after she died.
Well, I knew about after she died.
After she died, he fell in the hands.
Yeah, them people, them folks.
Let me just say something, y'all. I'm serious about this. I want y'all to listen to me. If you put your penis in a Kardashian and expect your life to be all right after that, then you're an idiot, okay? Let me explain something to you, right? If you put your penis in a Kardashian,
you got to take what come with it.
That's the way it looked to me. I'm just looking at how many men, right, that have put their penises in a Kardashian and left that space doing great things, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. Ladies, gentlemen, there's such thing. I know this for a fact.
Facts. I know you're going.
Sexually transmitted demons.
That's a fact.
You follow me?
Big facts.
That's real. I tell these young people will be jumping from bed to bed. Sexually transmitted demons. It's real. It's a real thing. So let's move on from that to talk about. So Kanye's back in the conversation. He wore something. A sweatshirt, looks like a T-shirt.
It's a sweatshirt, I think.
Long sleeve. Yeah, and he's with Candace Owens at the Paris Fashion Week festivities, and he wore a shirt that says "White Lives Matter," as well as Candace wore the same shirt, right?
Got the black on white too. Pay attention to
that. And people got upset. They're mad at Kanye.
Yeah,
you know, they're mad at Kanye. They say, "What the fuck is Kanye doing?" Okay, White Lives Matter is fucking offensive, right?
Yeah.
But we got to slow down, right?
Yeah.
We got to slow down on this one. Because Kanye is making more money from white lives than black lives, right?
Fact.
Let's go look at these numbers.
No, that's a big fact.
Right?
Yeah.
So white lives really matter more is what the shirt should have said.
Yeah.
To me, right? White lives should have mattered more to me, right?
Yeah.
Kanye is good no matter what, right? And this is what we have to be cognizant of. Stop holding these figures up in your head and applauding them for having money, more money than you. Stop it. Because these people, many of them, right, are struggling in their walk every moment of their life. Many of them. This young man needs some help. He needs a man in his life tomorrow.
Well,
he needs a man in his life, right? These guys get to such a, but think about the guys who have put their penises upon the Kardashian women, right? They separate themselves from most men anyway. Go look at it. They don't have any guys. They leave their guys for these ladies, right? Listen to me. The sexually transmitted demons is real, right? And we need to call the CDC, okay? The Center for Demonic Coochie, and report these women, right? Okay? The Center for Demonic Coochie. So let's get back to him.
gosh, oh my.
Jay, when you saw it, what did you think, man?
I was flabbergasted. To be honest, I mean, Kanye is, he's very artistic, right? He wears his heart on his sleeve. Whatever he's thinking, he's going to say, right? Which comes with pros and cons.
All the time.
Right? But when you speak on him not having a man in his life, right? The unfortunate part is when you get to that stature, you really stop listening to advice anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because now you of a mind frame that can't nobody tell you nothing, right? Everything you done has won, right? So why would I listen to you when you haven't won, right? So people on a Kanye level, we know that their ego is crazy, right? So, and I think he's doing this for shock value. I think, Kanye knows how to stay relevant. You know what I mean? He knows how to keep his name in the headlines and center topics. And so, I mean, I don't think that was a coincidence. I think he's getting what he wanted.
Well, what's also interesting about this? I kind of agree with you because he's a really smart guy.
He's smart.
Right?
Don't get it twisted.
He's a smart guy. There are some idiots out here in that industry, some absolute moronic idiots, right?
Yeah.
Most of the lulz, right? Most of the lulz are absolute morons, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's too many of them. Little whatever.
That's a million.
Most of the lulz are idiots, right?
The babies and the littles.
Right, yeah, they're all idiots.
A lot of babies,
right.
a lot of littles, yeah.
So this guy's a smart guy, and he understands the value of shock value, right? He's done some crazy shit. Let's be clear, right?
And what more shock value than messing with Kim Kardashian, though?
Right.
I mean, that's the epitome of shock value.
This guy, he's one of the best, right?
Yeah.
And he has a niche following. Think about that.
Yeah.
Everybody don't like Kanye West, right?
Yeah.
But his music is not his money anymore.
No. It's the clothes and the
So
suits
if you go look at the people who follow Marilyn Manson,
yeah,
and some of those iconic rock figures, right?
Yeah.
Think about this, right? The Stones, right? They still going to see the Stones. They're 913 years old, right? The Dead, they still going to see the Dead, right? Everybody's still Kiss. Gene Simmons is still on stage. He's 75 years old, right? These iconic figures who have these niche followings because everybody didn't like the Grateful Dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kanye
well, they have
West,
more than enough dead, though.
Kanye West knows no matter what he says, right? Bring me that back, Phil. Kanye West knows no matter whatever he says, listen to me, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to lose the audience. And when you know this,
he's going to gain audience.
He's going to gain audience. Osiris just said it is disgusting and dangerous because it makes a mockery of Black Lives Matter or because their statement shirts belittle the reason one has had to say Black Lives Matter. Now, what he said, the reason why he wore this shirt and made this shirt is that Black Lives Matter was bogus. It was a scam, right?
And you know what's
I
crazy?
said, I'm going to wear a shirt that say White Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter was some bullshit, right? Now, I could sit at this microphone and say the organization Black Lives Matter was an absolute scam. It was some bullshit, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
But the conversation about Black
real.
Lives Mattering, okay, and the movement as such is real, right?
Yeah.
Again, I think he's totally confused right now. I think the young man, he needs help.
I want to say if that was the angle, because I was sitting there and I was rationally thinking, like, what reason would he have to wear this, right? And that was one of the angles I can only come up with, was that Black Lives Matter itself, the organization is bogus, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every 6 months they getting caught in their headlines with stealing money. You know what I mean? We're not talking about 100,000. We're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million they stealing.
Okay.
Right?
Again,
So,
I agree with you, right? I agree with you. And y'all know I make shirts and wear shirts all the time. To such an extent, Black Lives Matter, I made a shirt that said Black Lives Matter is some bullshit, right?
yeah.
But I said Black Lives Matter,
The
speaking to the organization is some bullshit,
Yeah.
right?
But he didn't spell that out. He didn't specify.
Saying White Lives Matter to show your disdain for the scam that you saw under this organization is some idiotic ass shit anyway.
He should have specified it,
right?
though.
But this dude need his medication, y'all.
You think? I don't
Man,
think so.
no,
Don,
get his man his
listen,
medication, man.
Don, let's keep it. Let's look at it.
Make Kanye take his medication. That's
Nah.
my next red hat.
Don, let's really look at this, right?
For real.
No, but let's really look at this, right?
Yeah.
We just acknowledged that he got his money from the clothing, the fashion industry.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
not, he didn't get his money from the music. That
Right.
funded the fashion part, right?
right.
Think about every hip hop artist that was in the fashion industry before him.
Yeah.
He passed them in a
Like,
short amount of time.
FUBU.
FUBU, Rockaway, Sean John, Fat Farm,
right,
Echo.
right.
I mean, we can name the whole gamut.
Right.
He blew Car Canal, right? He blew past them in a short amount of time.
Can I tell you why?
Because of who he marketed his clothes to. That was genius.
Look, I saw a white boy get beat up for wearing a FUBU shirt one time. They beat his ass, and I don't even know why the white boy was like, "Well, he like, I'm like, he had a."
He was supporting he was doing it for the culture. They should
But
have did
again,
that.
all of those attires you just mentioned,
It was specified. It was put in a box.
it was geared toward a certain community.
correct. The urban America.
Right,
That was it. It
absolutely.
was urban America.
Right.
Where Kanye's, it crossed brands, right? It crossed different markets.
Right.
So, I mean, the guy is not dumb. We're not going to play with that. He's not dumb. Everything he does is with a purpose now. And I think, like I said earlier, his purpose is what we're doing right now. You know how much he's been in the headline the last
Absolutely.
24 hours?
Right.
Wearing not even making a statement.
Right.
Just wearing a shirt with a phrase on it.
Well, I think the shirt is definitely, it bothered me.
Yeah,
and
it
it
should.
still bothers me.
It should.
Come on.
I just don't
like,
think he's crazy. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I don't think he's crazy, but I think he should have made a shirt that said, "White cash matter." No, for real, right? Seriously, right? White coochie matter. You know what I mean? For real, right? Right attention matter. This is what he's seeking, right? The things that matter to him
It's the
at
white
this
validation,
point,
though. I think he
it's
wants
the
that
white
white validation.
That's
No,
what I'm
that's
saying.
that's really
so
what it
make
is.
the right shirt, and it's okay, man, young fella,
Yeah.
man. Look, you sitting here talking to. Look, I knew his mama, one of the most wonderful, sweet women you will ever meet. Just a brilliant lady. Just man, Dr. West was just that lady, right? And I know she's struggling in her grave right now with this nonsense, this bullshit, right? Because
She can't say that. I mean, that's the reason she was able to get her titties done, because of the stuff he do. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
just being
But he
honest.
wasn't at this level then.
He was getting
No,
there, but he was getting
Yeah,
there.
he was getting there. Oh, damn, man.
Her being alive would not have stopped this right here. I'm sorry.
You don't think so?
Hell no. Hell no.
So we take the mama off the list of shit that could have changed him, right?
I don't think this is one of the things that would have changed.
He should have made the right shirt. I think Kanye, in your quest to get attention, you made the wrong shirt. You should have just made a shirt, white cash matters.
I agree with that part. I ain't not
Right?
disagree
Come
with
on,
that.
right?
Nah, I'm with you on that.
White coochie matters, right? You know what I mean? Right? Right. Let's be clear. That's the shirt, sir. Because that's offensive. That shirt you wore is offensive.
It is. He was.
But again, we put these ass cracks that make a lot of money
on his pedestal.
Yeah, he's an ass crack. He's been an ass crack, right? And if he wasn't as rich as he is, right, he would have got arrested for stalking that white lady. Okay? Yes or no?
For stalking his baby mother?
Yes, yes or no. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? This dude's money, I'm telling you, he does crazy shit. He's got a face mask on and a hoodie with some 10-inch high heel boots in the ball of the summer.
No,
okay?
space boots, though. They
but
was
it's
a regular
like, come
boots.
on, dude.
But he changed the game of stalking, though.
Space boots 10 inches high up to the knee.
But he changed the game of stalking. Because he moved across the street. He bought a house across the street.
Listen to me, man. If this dude didn't have this level of money, right? See, some of these rappers got money. Some of these actors got money.
Yeah.
Then y'all ain't got this kind of money. Denzel ain't got this kind of money. Will Smith ain't got this kind of money.
No, we talking some paper.
There's a whole different kind of... And think about it.
And then he tore it down or something, saying he's going to rebuild, right?
This dude, let me tell you how so much insanity exists with these young people. I just want to go around slapping the shit out of young people, right? My niece and nephew, I want to slap the shit out of them all the time. But I love them, right? These people, these young kids are going out buying shoes, bathroom shoes that look like jail shoes.
Yeah.
And paying
for a lot of money.
$200.
Facts.
They wore that in jail.
Yeah.
Think about this, right?
That was on the walk-in.
They wore that in jail. Yeah. So you walk around, and it's like, and they're plastic, okay, and it ain't like the overhead is real, and they out here wearing, man.
At least the Jesus ones got a strap on them.
Then I'm going to get to Jesus. I'm glad you brought Jesus up, right? Because I'm just telling you why we all should tell Kanye West to kiss our ass right now, okay? Okay? This dude got so much money and so much bandwidth. This is why we got to be careful, right? All you goofball-ass Christian Jesus marching up to Zion people, right? Y'all should have been mad at him when he started playing with Jesus. Okay? When he started having church at the church of Kanye, when he started making songs with your Jesus in it, y'all should have been mad too. I'd hear from T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar.
They going to say anything. He getting it where he fit in. The same thing they did.
He's like, blueprint. If you go look at his body of social engagement, he's been pretty on point, right? Mm-hmm. He saw these preachers getting this paper. Guess what he did?
I'm going to get this paper.
He started a church, right? And he got people to come. And if you look at the people who went to the church of Kanye, every Christian in America need to be slapped because them the people y'all should be trying to save. They over at the church of goddamn Kanye out here in these streets with some damn prison slippers on. They paid $300 for, right?
With the homeless clothes.
And the homeless outfit, okay, that they paid $400 for. Listen to me. Kanye should have the mega church, right?
Fact.
If he could get people to do this kind of ridiculous ass behavior,
that's a fact.
He should have the mega church.
Yeah.
Down with TD, up with Kanye. What's the motto of this conversation?
They had their run. TD had their run. Creflo Dollar had his run. Let Kanye eat, man.
Man, I want to come over here and try to explain this Kanye thing.
That's no explanation, man. You can't explain this.
Yeah, I think I done talked myself into
You can't explain this.
Yeah,
that's why you
man.
gotta laugh at it because it's so, man, it's so ignorant, man.
No, I think I done figured this thing out.
What happened?
Kanye West is brilliant.
I said that.
What the hell?
I said that
I was
from the
like, I'm going to go on there and I'm going to say, Kanye, how dare you? And I'm going to just check his little ass. And I'm on here like,
I said from
Kanye
the
West is brilliant.
I said from the beginning, he's smart. We're not going to play with him like
dude,
that.
man. Then he came out with mud all over his body, right? We going to see these kids Wednesday with mud all over their body. I want to walk with Kanye. I want to march with Kanye, right? Veronica said they still wear him in jail. Hey, DM, working so I'm listening. Still your number one fan. Let's get it. Thank you so much, Veronica. Veronica, I don't know where she's living now, but when we first went on 20 years ago almost, Veronica was the president of the fan club. It was her and 4 other people in the fan club. But we done come a long way. She was the president of the 4 people, Don Miller fan club. I just want to say, listen, in all seriousness, what Kanye West did speaks to a larger problem that is unaddressed in the black community. and that's mental illness. And I want to really talk about that. I really want to talk about that, right? Because if y'all can watch Joe Biden deteriorate right before our eyes, and live in cognitive dissonance and say ain't nothing wrong with him, okay? Then I see how they can watch this young man spiral and say, oh, you know, it's good. Kanye West is spiraling, man. If you've been around a person who come on, Jay, I know you have.
No, but I'm saying, but who? But
did you take his money away, Jay? How many times would he have been Baker acted? No, for real. For real. If you take his money away and his security that rushes him away from the ridiculous moment, how many times would they have Baker acted this dude? Even if he was a millionaire, even if he had 10 million, they would have Baker acted him. They would have Baker acted this guy. Yeah, man. Wendy Williams still can't get out the cage.
But the point I'm making is she got control of her bank account yet.
No, but the point is, right?
But she deserved that though.
Listen to me. You got to be careful when you run out in the middle of the street. You're going to eventually get hit, okay? I'm telling you right now, run your ass up and down the middle of the street, you're going to get hit at some point.
But do you think they got a problem, the problems that be with Kanye West's agenda?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so
why would you?
Okay, so why would they have a problem with him?
They don't have a problem with the little baby's agenda.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They don't have a problem with any of the people.
That's what I'm saying. But why would they, and what we call in the hood 302 you, right? Why would they do that when they support what you're doing?
They're not. Who's the 302 Kanye West, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. So
he could give a shit if a black person ever bought his record again. They did it already.
And they zapped him.
And he done played with Jesus. Y'all coward ass Christian folk. Kanye played with Jesus. I got my ass whooped on the front row of Sunlight Missionary Baptist Church when I was 9 years old. Cause my mama said I was playing with Jesus.
I got
my ass. She grabbed me and just drugged me down the aisle. And they were still talking about marching up to Zion. And she was dragging and choked me and beat my. Don't play with Jesus. One of the worst whoopings I ever got. Don't play with Jesus. Quetta Jean Johnson from the Johnson family, ridiculous behavior. She would tell you she got one of them ass whooping, and I can assure you, watch this, Ashley got one too. The point I'm making is this: you didn't play with Jesus. Mm-hmm. Kanye West played with Jesus, y'all. He done had his own little church, and he been mixing up. He
found a way to get paper off of Jesus. He didn't play with Jesus.
No, it was the commodification of Jesus Christ through music.
Hey, listen, people done done it before him though.
And I ain't mad at him.
Okay,
he done everything they done did over there.
So I want to understand what's the beef then?
If Kanye had to come out in a Klan suit, it'll stay in the news for a few weeks.
They still going to support
and it's going to go away. That's Kanye, right?
He going to come out in a Klan suit and he going to sell it tomorrow in the store. It's going to sell it.
And you going to go in the bedroom to pick up Xantavius in the morning.
With the Klan suit on.
Klan suit on, going to school. You like, Mom, what is that?
And it's going to cost $500. A sheet that got holes in it going to cost $500.
Absolutely, because Kanye wore it. That's the problem. Why is this guy, why are we paying this much attention to this guy, man?
They do Kanye like that. Gosh, oh man.
Listen, man, I'm telling y'all right now, this brother needs some help, man. And we need, for those of us who pray, right? I think y'all need to pray for this cat, for real. I'm serious. Y'all need to pray for Kanye. Jamel Hill, my good friend, tweeted yesterday it was, so many folks are trying to excuse Kanye wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt as just a troll move or marketing. Maybe it is, but it's a dangerously dumb message to send for someone with his massive platform. I've been off, dude, but y'all go ahead labeling his foolishness as genius. And I concur 100%, right?
I concur.
This dude is dangerous right now.
But it's genius for them, though. That's all I want to make clear.
Absolutely, right.
It's dangerous for us.
Right.
But it's genius for them.
Because think about this. And when the people who follow him, right? The people who follow him see nothing wrong with any of this.
No.
David Koresh.
They mad that they didn't do it.
Had a following who followed him. Okay?
To death.
You follow me? Jim Jones in Guyana had a following, right? Y'all got to be careful. And Jamel said it so eloquently, right? There's a thin line between genius and crazy, y'all. We've all known that.
Genius and insanity.
Same thing, right?
No.
I say
crazy. Insanity is a little different.
Okay, right. But this dude is on the cusp of some really...
I think he's there, Don. I don't think he's on the cusp.
No.
I think he's already over.
No, I'm just saying. I think
he's on the insane.
No, I think he's on the cusp of some really devastating, something really bad. Yeah. And I'm telling you, for those who might still know this guy, you know, the few people that's still in his circle, because most of them are gone, right?
But he made them go because they want to support his dumb shit.
Yeah. And I think, y'all just keep praying for this guy, man. Here's a guy, who's talked openly about his billions, right?
Yeah.
And I think something's wrong with him. And I don't even know if it's attention, because to wear a whole overcoat out in July in the 100-degree weather with a hoodie and a face mask on, yeah, that ain't marketing. That ain't genius. Okay, something's wrong with him, right? I get it. That ain't marketing, and that ain't genius, right?
Yeah.
The spiral that we're seeing in this young man is a spiral that I've seen before.
With who?
With a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people. These people that we labeled as genius, right? They have to be monitored too, and I think it is unfortunate what we're seeing. I think the message he sent with that shirt was a devastating message, because it made a mockery of people before that organization did what they did. Just the words Black Lives Matter should definitely be in the conversation.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that part.
And I grew up in the inner city. I saw it up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
I think the system is broken.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have to also keep in the conversation that until Black Lives Matter
actually matter
to Black people in power.
Yeah.
Because we can say Black Lives Matter, right? But if they don't matter to the people that we send to speak on our behalf, that do nothing, right?
We're about to go somewhere else.
You follow me? We turn the corner at the top, you know that. But Black Lives, I get it. It's a mockery to say white lives matter, right? I'm sure there are going to be some white people say, well, white lives do matter and all lives matter and yada, yada, yada. Okay?
It's a spit in the face.
Okay? Save that for a later day. Today, I'm saying, right, for us to really take those words, not that organization, but those words, right, and move toward those words meaning something, we need to start to hold the people that can drive policy
accountable,
right? So we down here at the bottom offended by that shirt, but we sending people to Washington to speak on our behalf.
That's wearing that shirt.
Behind closed doors.
Facts.
You follow me? So let's have a real conversation, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I'm offended by that shirt because I know what that shirt is sending to the young people who I just know that ain't cool. It's a mockery of a real conversation. It's a mockery of a real conversation.
Yeah.
But this guy's been an asshole, right? He's been an asshole. He's been a weirdo. People stood down on him because one thing.
His paper.
His money, and he's a genius kind of guy. But he's a total asshole that, that does ridiculous shit that I would go to jail for, right? Be careful, y'all. Now, let's have a conversation about Black Lives Matter. Not the organization.
The actual
Black Lives Matter.
The actual
right?
conversation.
I get it. It's real. And Black people, I need you to hear me on this one, right? We got to see who Black Lives matter to, right? Because there's some Black people that Black lives don't matter to. And I'm not talking about this whole conversation of black on black crime and black guys killing black guys. No. I'm going to talk about Black Lives Matter in policy. Does Black Lives matter in policy in Washington, D.C.?
You know the answer.
Does Black Lives matter in policy in your local governmental entities, right?
Only to get the black vote it matter.
That's the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, be offended by what Kanye wore, but let's ask ourselves the question, right? We are not even screaming and saying Black Lives Matter as it relates to environmental racism. What's happening in Jackson, Mississippi, and Flint, Michigan is environmental racism. Yeah, it's got to be, right? Where's the EPA and where are the people who represent those areas? Well, Michigan has made the giant mistake, did not have a Negro for the first time in 70 years representing them in Congress. But the fact of the matter is this. The shirt was offensive. This brother's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the black men? Please, there got to be some guys he respects and he, you know what I mean?
Listen,
right?
I get the point with the Kanye. I get the point with the Kanye shirt. But if this is what is going to stand out for a while as being offensive, then we in trouble. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other things that we can point to that's way more offensive.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, we can point to the fact that the Black Lives Matter organization is money laundering.
Yeah.
Right? They money laundering. They embezzling money, right? From a real cause behind real actions and things that don't happen, right? That influence people to donate this money, right?
Okay.
So they don't embezzle millions upon millions of dollars, right? And like I said, I feel like every 6 months, this comes out, right? When you have white people come out with legislation that continually that continually pretty much says the hell with black people and they problems, right? Whatever their strife is, that's way more offensive than Kanye's goddamn shirt. I'm sorry. I gotta frame this properly.
Okay.
I gotta frame it properly.
Okay, Kanye's shirt is offensive.
I'm not saying it's not offensive.
Kanye's shirt is offensive.
But I'm just saying if that is the epitome of being offensive, then we in trouble.
Kanye's shirt is offensive, but it's also offensive, thank you so much, Osiris, that this organization, Black Lives Matter, snatched more than 90 million and nobody's been charged yet.
And
right?
nobody's talking about it like that, though.
Yeah.
That's the bigger problem.
Yeah, right.
That's the bigger problem.
Okay? That's what's offensive, that this organization snatched 90 million on behalf of the last, the least, the lost, and the lonely, right? And nobody's saying shit, right? Now, go ahead. If Kanye's shirt is offensive, what else?
No, so that's what I'm saying. If Kanye's shirt is offensive, I'm tracking. I don't have no problem being offensive. It's the same conversation we had last week with the movie.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's wrong.
Right.
I'm saying things that preceded that was wrong, though. So don't pick this out of the hat and saying this is wrong. Yeah. No, look at all this other shit that don't happen.
Can I just tell you something? One black guy with a bunch of money wearing a shirt that you find offensive is the smallest.
It doesn't supersede.
It's the smallest thing in the scheme of things, Don Miller, right? It's offensive to me more than that shirt Kanye had on, that Joe Biden promised you Negroes.
The college fund, that's what I'm saying. We got
and they changed their mind yesterday.
We got so much we
Joe
can look
Biden
at.
promised you Negroes, right? Joe Biden said to all these poor ass white people who had to get these student loans and these poor black people got these student loans, right?
What did the Department of Education say? We
changed our mind. Right? Right? We changed our mind. Kind of pretty much so to change our mind, right? Look, the Kanye story might be a story of black people, but that's one black guy, right? I can promise you, you will never see another black man wear that shirt.
But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
They highlighted the Kanye story. Did they highlight the fact that the Department of Education saying they not doing that shit? You had to find that story. No, I'm keeping it a buck.
Right.
The Kanye story was on TMZ.
Right. Everywhere.
See, and it was on everywhere.
And it broke at the same time the Department of Education changed their mind about the whole student loan.
You had to find that story, though.
Right.
A lot of people probably is not aware that the Department of Education came and said, we're not honoring that.
We doing it differently, pretty much.
No, fuck that. They said we not honoring that. They said, Joe, we not doing that.
Okay. you know what's interesting, right? This is really what's interesting.
And this guy
right?
called a month ago, though, by the way.
Okay, think about this. This is interesting, right? This is the conversation that we got turned to, right? That Kanye West wore that shirt, and that's black Twitter, black social media.
No, white Twitter.
I ain't heard that many white people say. White people scared to say anything. They ain't gonna be like, oh, done with it. Ain't no white person. Jay, you know how many white people step up? Well, I ain't been out much.
No, me neither. I haven't been around.
What do you think of that shirt?
I haven't.
Somebody's gonna ask us.
Yes, that's a fact. That's
Jay,
a fact.
Bob's gonna ask us. Okay, somebody's gonna ask us. Hey, what do you think of that shirt? Because this is the kind of white guys we hang around.
I really don't care, though. I'm being honest.
And that's what we got to say. We don't care. I don't care. I think that young man, let's talk about his mental health, man. Y'all out here talking about this shirt, man. Listen, this is the greatest curveball of the week. I used to say the year, the month, it's another curveball every week. The fact that this is breaking news. He went to Paris. Hey, I thought it was more offensive to this black man to put this mud on him. You know what I mean? Come on, really, dude?
Yeah, I get that.
You got but I'm concerned our kids gonna see this, right?
That's the problem. I see.
But it's also another caveat
that
did happen to me today. I'm gonna read this text message. And this is where I'm talking about. It's always a subliminal, right? I got a text message from a friend of ours who lives in Indiana. Well, they summer in Florida, right? They live in Indiana, you know. Well, anyway, they winter in Florida. He said his nephew, his nephew, who he's pretty close to. Who was that? No, that wasn't. Okay, anyway, his nephew that he's pretty close to, right? I don't know what that was. His nephew that he's pretty close to said, if that shirt goes on sale, could he buy it for him? Right?
Are you surprised?
And he's a white guy, right?
Are you surprised?
Can we be offended now? White people wore that shirt?
Nah.
I don't think we could be.
Nah.
And I think this is right on the cusp of a conversation that's going to have to be had. Should we be offended if a white guy wore a Yeezy White Lives Matter tee? I don't know.
He's supporting black business.
White Lives Matter, but I'm supporting black business.
He's supporting black business.
See? I think this is an interesting conversation. So he said, Don, I don't know if I feel comfortable buying him that shirt. I said, by the time he gets his, a lot of white people will have him. Okay.
No, I said that.
Come on, right? And nobody can say, remember we used to wear all those too black, too strong. Remember that? And white people be looking at us, don't even know if they could speak. I had a shirt that said, I'm black, I'm proud, and I'll kick ass or something. We was just blacker than black, remember? And I don't know what Kanye's doing.
I know what he's doing. That's why, like I said.
I don't know. I think he's suffering, man.
Listen, Kanye's doing exactly what he wants to be done, what we doing right now. I just feel that way.
Well, look, I just want to say we need to call the CDC and report the Kardashian family, all of them.
Yeah, I don't know what they got, but I don't want none of that.
We need to
I don't want nobody to wave at me.
We need to call the Center for Demonic Coochie, the CDC.
I don't know what they got.
Because they passing them sexually transmitted demons like.
They got bad. Matter of fact, I don't even want to watch them on TV no more.
The point is, right?
Juju.
The juju's horrible, but the point is, we're going to sit here in a few months. We're probably going to be having another Kanye conversation.
Them. Yeah.
I just hope that, nobody gets hurt in this. It's just, I know for a fact that people look the other way because of his wealth. And I applaud him. I applaud him on his wealth. A lot of people look the other way. Yeah. When you move, you in a bad relationship and you buy the house near the woman.
Oh, no, across the street. No, not near, across the street.
And then you talking crazy to the new guy. He's got to be a nutcase because I'd have left. But they got that thing.
But
man.
He was doing that for the look too.
They got that. Yeah, you know what? But he was playing with fire.
Listen, man.
He's playing with fire. You doing that for the look? He was doing that for the look.
No,
right?
Yeah, you playing with fire. Playing with somebody's kids. Bro.
Yeah, but the point is, he
took that way too far.
But I think this guy needs help. I hope somebody out there, Denzel or somebody out there that can, a man that he can look up to as a man. Not some of these dudes have been out here on this nonsense, but somebody can just reach out to him. Man, he's struggling, y'all. We can't give up on him. Listen to me. Let me just say this, right? We can't cancel him for this. I'm sorry. We got to be careful who are we canceling, okay? Do we throw him out because he's a billionaire allegedly? Do we cancel him? Because if we cancel him, then there's some people on my list that y'all ain't canceled.
I would have canceled. What? I got a list way before Kanye.
Okay. Yeah, we don't cancel. So we cancel Kanye. I got some names we need to cancel.
I got a blacklist, boy. I'll never stop writing.
Like who you got on your list that should go before Kanye?
Sean Combs.
And Jay-Z. All right, I'll just cancel both of them. We cancel them Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right? Because they got all their faculties. Al Sharpton should have been gone, right? So I'm just saying, listen, let's be careful. Just pray for him, man. Y'all need to pray for him. Some of these pastors, is there a pastor out there that can reach out to him?
He got his own church. You go.
Right, I forgot. Right, nobody can tell. Yeah, right. Come over to my church, right?
How you going pastor to pastor?
What do you think Kanye's net worth is?
Oh, you tell us.
It's crazy. It's
what
like 2 or 3 billion, ain't it?
What do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't count other people's money no more.
Do you see that?
What is it?
7 billion.
Wow. Look at his salary. Look at his monthly income.
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna listen to Denzel? I'm being honest. I'm talking about from the ego standpoint, right?
No,
I'm not
you're
saying
right.
from the big brother standpoint. I've been here longer than you. I've been on the scene longer than you. I'm saying because once dudes get on that kind of level, They not taking advice from everybody, even though people have been established before them. When he was in Pampers, Denzel was getting money.
Right.
Like Denzel is considered the big homie of the industry, I think, from the black side anyway, right? But come on, man. Like the closest dudes that seen Kanye before when Kanye was running around pushing his mixtapes, he don't even listen to them.
Yeah, and I know a couple of them from Chicago, right?
Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah,
they've been gone.
facts.
You know, they've been gone. You know, oh wow. You know, this is a challenge for me because he's not out there alone. There's a lot of Kanyes that just are not doing ridiculous things. We got a lot of young black men that are out here doing ridiculous things, like. The young black man in jail in Georgia made millions of dollars. A young rapper,
Young Thug.
You know why is he in jail? Because he couldn't separate.
He about that life,
but he couldn't separate.
Hey, man, he got to be about that life. Your name Young Thug.
So I just think we got to be careful. I don't want to cancel Kanye yet, but I just hope somebody can get to him. And
he got to listen though. It's not about getting to him, Don. That's the part. Like I'm with you. Like somebody should. You know what I mean, pull him to the side, pull his coattail, but. Is he gonna be willing to listen?
But we got to build I want to start a GoFundMe, right, to raise money
to incarcerate the Kardashians,
to build a fence around the Kardashians' house. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, the biggest fence we can find, right? 'Cause some of them Negroes gonna jump over the fence, right? So Kim Kardashian, right? This is again, it's offensive, right? Kim Kardashian, Phil, came out and made a statement. And she was utterly disgusted, and the shirt was offensive ploy for attention. Bitch, please, okay? Let's hold this right.
That put out
here,
a
right?
whole porno for that.
Let's hold this note on Kim Kardashian. Would you get your ass off the screen?
Is that the same one that put out a porno though?
Would you get off the screen?
That ain't the same one that put out a porno for
okay,
attention.
the shirt is offensive, and it's a ploy for attention.
That's crazy.
Listen to me.
You talk about hypocrisy?
This dude is more screwed up after he left you than he was when he got to you, right? How dare you say anything? I didn't mean to call her a bitch, but what is that about? Why do we want to hear from her? Who puts a microphone in her face? Tell me where her...
Because you know why, though? She's an advocate of prison reform.
Where is her...
I'm telling you why.
Where's her credibility?
I'm telling you where credibility lies and why her voice is important. Because she's at the forefront of prison reform. And she's got a lot of black men and women out of prison through advocacy. You ask the question, I'm going to give you the answer.
Listen to me.
I ain't saying I agree.
Let me just say this, right? I've been on the front of the conversation, right? For prison reform for a long time. Everybody know that, right? And people who are advocates for prison reform, for the most part, at that level, have been pointed in the direction of prison reform by people like me, right? I'm a PR guy. You pick something that you can become passionate about, right? Whoever pointed her in the right direction, thank them for that, right? Yay. Mm-hmm. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. Somebody said, look at this. This is good for you, right? Mm-hmm. And black people are going to do what?
So they're going to get behind you.
They're going to get behind you, right? Listen to me, right? I don't respect her. I don't care what her cause is. I would never respect the mother who watched the porn tape of her daughter and picked which porn tape was
what scenes to cut and edit
was the best one.
Yeah. Facts.
This is trailer, low-level pieces. These are not good people, mm-hmm. right? The point I make is this, right? Advocacy, and that's why black people like her. That's unfortunate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she is ruining, just because she want to support these black men because somebody pointed her in that direction. But look what they've done to black men.
Mm-hmm.
Look what that family has done to black men, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come on, go down the list.
It's a long list.
Lamar Odom.
Surprised he's still alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go down the list. What happened to Reggie Bush? Wasn't he
Reggie got away.
Wasn't he?
But he didn't get a lookalike. So right. I don't know. I don't know what that's
about. The point is this, right, guys?
Yeah.
We got to be careful, man. I don't know if we cancel Kanye. I think we pray for him for sure.
You can't cancel Kanye, though.
We pray for him for sure.
You can't cancel
We pray for Kanye. But listen, man, look, guys, tell these young fellas, man, look, everybody in the industry, All right, let's turn the corner. Can we have a street conversation?
Please turn the corner.
Turn the corner, okay? Who are these guys that is just extremely excited about having intercourse with a hoe? Where did this come from? Where did this come? When did look, listen to me. I'm gonna just say
this,
this, right?
a real conversation. Let's go.
Where did this come from, right? Where it was exciting for a guy with millions of dollars to have sex with the same chick that other guys, many other guys, a gang of guys, had sex with. What kind of ridiculous ass shit is this, right?
Yeah.
At what point did this become cool? You can go down the list. Who are these rich ass athletes and guys who are having sex? You know she's a hoe.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, Don Miller shouldn't even be saying that. Prove me wrong. A woman who has sex with 3 or 4 guys in 1 year, different guys, in a public environment to that, maybe she ain't a hoe, but she shows a tramp. She showed her as a tramp.
Now you want to be kind.
She shows a tramp.
Now you want to be kind.
My point is this. Who are these young men? Osiris, who are these guys, man? When we were young, we were like, oh, hell no. Right. Like, man, you crazy? No. And if you had a boy, he was like, dog, don't even go over there.
Don't even do that.
Right? Who are these guys who friends don't say, are you out of your mind? Perry, who are these young men, man? Come on, man. He said, I can't call her a bitch, right? On the same level, you can't call her a bitch, same disrespect that is permeated. Come on, right? Well, what is she? What is she, a wayward woman?
I think maybe he's trying to he's trying to hit a line. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe
the point is, and maybe I shouldn't have called her a bitch, but this is going to be a cuss show, right?
Listen.
She is a horrible person. Perry, if she was black, would you have said that, Perry? If she was black, Perry, would you have said that? I don't know, Perry. I don't know if you'd have said that.
No, not only if she was black, if she was black in the hood.
Right. Trina,
right?
what did they call?
Because they get these people on these social when they got this little visual platform, they get them passes and alibis, right?
Right.
But no, call a spade a spade.
Right.
If this was a chick in the hood who you can point to 10, 12, 15 different dudes that she had sex with, the old lady going to be saying, she ain't no good. She's a hoe.
Right.
The old lady going to say it
absolutely.
First. Right?
Grandmother's
she
going to
say it
that.
first.
Absolutely.
Right?
No question.
If they can point to all these different dudes that ran down on her, got on tape, well, with the tape, it'd have been over.
Right. Let me just say this, right? And thank you, Perry, so much, my friend, but you got to understand how our culture and how we see things, right? See, it's amazing how everybody thinks every culture goes the same way, right? Disrespecting her. How can I disrespect somebody who disrespects herself every day? Every time she pulls her head off a pillow, she's disrespecting herself, right? Listen to this, right?
You move a dude in with your kids. Like, come on, man. Like, cut it out. You got a dude around your kids, and you just left your husband. It don't get more disrespectful than that.
Right.
Like, cut it out, man.
He tattooed her kids' names on him.
Like, cut it out, man.
Listen, man. If you don't think this is creepy, right? And these are low-level people, all of them, right? Then you're an idiot. Whoever you are. If you don't think this is really creepy, listen to me. This lady's not a good mother. She's probably got great nannies.
What? The
okay?
top of the line,
She's
probably.
not a good mother. Okay?
No,
Look,
she proved that.
You think the access to her sex tape is going to be gone when the kids get older? I doubt it. Okay? The fact of the matter is,
the kids probably seen it already.
Listen to me. She don't need to say nothing about this man in his spiral. That's what my point was.
Yeah.
She don't need to leave that alone. Go get somebody else to talk about him, right?
Yeah.
You know, I would love to know what Rhyme Fest in Chicago, who's a great brother, who carried Kanye and was there for Kanye, and they protected Kanye in Chicago. Rhyme Fest, brilliant writer. I would love to hear what they're saying because they got cut off.
They got cut off.
You know, all them good brothers got cut off, man. You can go down the list, man. You know, Wayne Williams and all them good brothers, man, got cut off, man. These are men. These are grown men, right? Raising families, doing the right thing, right? And these are the brothers that could have saved this guy, man. And we got to be, man. I'm going to shout out Wayne Williams, man. I love you, bro, man.
You can't save him, Don, because he don't want it. Like, listen, he's not going to, he need yes men. He's not going to go, he's not going to have nobody around him that's going to go against his program. If you're not co-signing what he's doing, he's not going to have you around him. Unfortunately, when you get on that level, that's the shift in your mentality. And it's unfortunate.
I hate to hear that, but I know it's true. And I got a lot of people saying, hey, Don, you shouldn't have called her. No, they said, call that bitch a
Man,
somebody said, call that bitch a bitch.
Because she was, like I said, she was black and her name was goddamn
Chakoidisha.
Shaquisha.
Yeah, that's racist.
You know what I'm saying? No, but we're going to call a spade a spade.
We can do that.
No, we're going to call a spade a spade. If she was Shaquisha from 29th and Gerard, they're going to call a spade a spade.
Let me just say, I'm going to tell this story. Quetta Jean Johnson from the Johnson family of ridiculous behavior. Many other of the listeners, y'all know this story. I told this story before. I'm 13 years old, right? And there's a girl across the street who lives across the street from us, right? And I'm 13, and she was light skinned, and I was 12. I was 12 years old, and so one day I was sitting on the porch with her, and my grandma came home, and grandma say, Miss Dennis, and she say, boy, get that girl off this porch. And I was like, ma'am, she's like, you get that girl off this porch.
I already know where this is going.
She say, that girl.
She fast in the ass.
Got 4 sisters, and they all got 4 kids apiece.
Yeah.
Say that girl got a white liver. I'm saying, ma'am. She's like, that girl got a white liver. You get that girl off this porch. I'm like, a white liver. So I told Janet, I ain't gonna call that lady's name. I told her, you got to, let's go on your porch, right? I ain't just shoo her off the porch because I really liked her, right? So and I was like, what is a white liver, right?
Yeah.
And so years passed by. Let me tell you what happened with her though. So me and her was in the playground. Last day of school, bell rang. We got the whole summer, and I said, "Hey, I want to call her name." So she ain't nowhere around anyway. I said, "Hey, Jan," I say, "Would you go with me?" She like, "No, I go with Melvin Robinson." I go with Mel Robinson. I'm like, "But I've been doing your homework all year."
Gosh almighty.
The hell is this? She like from that day on, I can't stand a light-skinned woman, but that's a whole nother conversation. We'll have that show coming up soon.
Gosh almighty. Every hood got a Janet, though, by the way, for the record.
I know, absolutely, right? So, but the point I make is this, right? He needs somebody to save him, man.
Man, listen,
you just think it's a rap, man.
I'm not saying it's a rap. I'm saying that it's going to be somebody, it got to be somebody that he respects on a level because they got just as much as him. Because unfortunately, when you get to that level, you only respect what you consider your peers.
Ain't nobody out
and
there.
And your peers gonna be the financial.
Ain't nobody out there. Real, some brothers out there, but
some brothers out
Robert
there.
Smith and those guys.
No, there's some brothers out there, but they're not going to engage him.
No, they aren't going to engage him.
If he dies, he dies. You know what they're going to say.
Here you go with that.
No, I'm saying, listen.
No. Can you say that one more time?
If he dies, he dies. You know?
You know what? I'm at a place where I gotta find. Oh man!
It's unfortunate. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like give up on Kanye. I'm not saying cancel Kanye.
Okay.
Because I think there's a lot of black people of prestige, what I would consider prestige, or they would consider prestige, that need to be canceled way before Kanye.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye, from my understanding, haven't had nobody murdered or influenced a murder, a homicide, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And you have other people that have, so and have benefited off of that financially.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, when we talk about that industry and how many of the successful people in that industry are driving a more hateful narrative across the board than Kanye West.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, if you go look at Kanye, this probably is the more up to the line cultural.
And he's in his own lane.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He's really in his own
He's over
lane.
there he's by himself.
Yeah,
he's by himself, right?
Yeah.
He done played with Jesus. He done started a church. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, really? And y'all done went to worship with him. Yes, you have. Some of y'all took y'all asses out there in the middle of the desert.
Straightened it or something.
Right? Come on, okay. Yeah. He's done every level of attention-seeking ridiculousness he can see, and I think this might be there's nothing else he can do unless he come out on stage naked, right? Okay, let's be clear. I'm serious, right? What else can he do? Okay, across the board, right? And then that's when white people gonna say something's wrong with it. Okay,
no,
right now they ain't saying something wrong with it.
They may get naked too.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that's a good point. Damn.
You know white people, dog, they may get naked too. They may say, I've been waiting for you to do that.
Them kids and put on this prison slippers. Yeah, that's a good point. Because that little white boy told me, Uncle, he told, I want that shirt if it comes out. He told his uncle, can you buy me that shirt? I'm like, they gonna beat his little ass. But buy that shirt for that boy. He live in Sanford on the good side. They beat his ass.
The west side of I-4.
He take his ass right over there and beat his ass. Don't buy that for your child. I want him to do a public service announcement, PSA, for all who might think that shirt was not offensive. Wear it then. Let's say this again. For all these people, right? All these white folks. These white folks. I want to say this right now. I want to shout out my people over at one of the best companies in America, one of the most family-friendly companies in America. Man, I love you. This whole company, this whole family blessed me. Concern Development Corporation, man. I love y'all. Gladys and E-Money. And man, thank y'all so much. I hope that Amber is listening and many of the people who followed us for a long time. Listen, we want to get to everybody, of course. We're working on a program that the show can be extended a little bit because I'm out here multitasking in these streets when the show is on, and I ain't good at that. But I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. Subscribe and like. Tell your friends. We need more hits. Subscribe and like. We need to engage you better because we get ready to come with another angle that you're going to get dings all the time. But we thank you so much. But again, I just want to tell all these white folk who think that they could buy that outfit for their kid, don't you buy that outfit for your kid. Your kid going to get his ass whooped. Okay?
Man, they about to cop that ASAP.
I'm serious. Do not buy that for your child. I know it shouldn't be offensive, right? Because I know black folk. I wore a black and proud, get up off me shirt. You know what I mean? I'm black and I'm proud. What's the other one? What did Malcolm X say? By all means necessary. I had a hat. Okay, and then I realized I ain't gonna get no job with none of this shit on.
yeah, that probably scared some folks. That probably scared some folks. I ain't gonna
get no job with none of this shit on. I do not want to work for the black guy at the barbecue stand. You know what I mean?
I just personally think, Don, that
I went to work for Mr. Willie at the barbecue stand. That was summer '84. I'm still waiting for my last check.
I just personally think that if that's what we going to draw the line at on something being offensive, then we already in trouble.
Yeah,
right. It's a lot of stuff that was way more offensive that's happened previous to that.
Right, 100%.
We, like I said last week, we need to stop picking and choosing. You know what I mean? If we're going to hold something to a standard, we need to do it across the board. That's the only stance I have on that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I just want to say it's bad. I don't like it. I don't like the message that it sends.
I'm with that.
But Kanye West is not a well person, right? And we got to be
But how
careful.
many black people really care about what Kanye West says?
Not many, honest. And this is why I don't even know why we tripping.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, we're talking about Kanye West. Y'all was mad at Kanye. This is why interesting black people. Okay, I'm gonna go real quick. We got to close out. This is why I don't understand black people. I thought y'all cut Kanye off when y'all saw him at Donald Trump's desk. Okay, I thought you cut him off then with the MAGA hat on. Right? Y'all still like him, so y'all still care what he wears. Because we just had to have one, man. He one of us. He got money and he one of us.
He's not one of us.
Stop holding these people up.
Yeah.
I thought y'all gave up on Kanye when he was at the desk with the president that you don't like.
Yeah.
I thought when he wore the MAGA hat. Okay, so Kanye done peed in your face and told you it was raining. Okay? And his concubine, okay, she done decided she want to help a few black men get out of jail, and so you endeared her.
You called her a concubine, though?
Yeah, but I heard that word the other day. I hope I said it right, okay?
You said it right.
Okay? The point I'm making is this, right? I thought you cut Kanye a while ago. You know why? You don't cut each other. You got to be so proud to have somebody, even if they don't love you, look like you.
Barack Obama. That's
what we need to separate from. We need to separate from it. Look, we'll be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Don Miller Show on YouTube and Facebook. How can they find you, my friend?
Real Rap with Kane on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Well, I ain't really on Twitter like that, but I got a page.
But you got to get on Twitter.
But YouTube, though, and Instagram.
Much, man. Get on Twitter.
I'll be playing.
Shout out to Quetta Jean Johnson from the Johnson family of absolutely ridiculous behavior. And my girl, Ashley Kane in this piece. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, Phil, holla at your boy.